Somehow.
It'll be fine.
Yes. However... May I speak? It'll be all right.
Can't lose.
Yeah.
Yeah! Right. Besides... That reminds me. Okay then.
Time marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
It's finally here. At last.
Whatever Luis... Between him and the Criers, he's certainly made a production of this. You...
Nah, he just loves a battle that'll make history. That's the bastard thing.
Indeed. The man's in first place right now. Not much he stands to gain from subterfuge. But I'll admit...
What? Losing your nerve, Ulf? Me? I'm ready to lay the bastard out. I owe him at least one solid whack in the
You can start with one for Del. Give him 100 for yourself. If he becomes king, the kingdom is finished. Maybe even destroyed from this... Rella said as much too. Though I can't for the life of me think why Luis would want that. I thought he'd made his name.
At the very least, we know that Luis will not wield the key.
We have our own future for Maria and Fabienne.
You would pursue peril.
Great. The stage is set for the decisive battle to take place in Grand Trad. And so the Gauntlet Runner takes to the sky. He does not return within the hush of teleportation magic as a mere wanderer, but with the fanfare required of one who would claim to be prince. He is a boy no more. He stands now on equal footing with Luis, and his triumphant descent over the capital will finally make whether or not his gambit.
He's here! Wow! It's really him!
Welcome back!
Your Highness!
His Royal Highness the Prince! We've been waiting for you!
Finally! This is better than any of the fables. I'm putting all my money on Louis.
Sounds like they're more excited about the spectacle than about the prince being alive.
Still. But by the faces in the sky and upon the rock, we are squarely set in second place. Even with the gap between us and Luis, the prince has faith.
Though 'tis not truly His Highness's face wrought in stone, but our captain's. After all this time, I cannot help.
Luis spares nothing for an old woman like me.
He's the boy with a saint's blessing. He's got to be genuine. If the Sanctus Church's power is waning.
Even after her confession, they still keep her words close. I suppose no amount of past sin seems strange to say, but we owe her a great deal. Without her, the people, we can't let...
But looking around the city, some of the fervor...
Your Highness! You can't stop at Luis! You've got to kill all the idiots who believe in him! They're not...
That right? You're the ones who aren't right in the head. It's because of...
Then why hasn't Luis shown up yet?
True enough. If he doesn't even show up after all this fuss he's made, everyone will...
Probably going for another big, grandstanding entrance.
Don't care what he's planning. Either way, he's...
Save your fury.
Over there! His Royal Highness...
Whoa, lady!
I say, nothing wrong with an adore in public, but this is getting more claustrophobic than the engine room. We don't want to get stuck.
Let's head to the hushed honeybee inn for now. I'm sure Maria...
All the customers say they're on your side. I was surprised at how popular you are.
Thanks for helping, Maria.
I tried my...
I never thought Luis would be the one throwing down the gauntlet to you. If he'd survived, you'd better get some rest tonight. Come on, Maria. It's time.
I wish we could stay up and talk more. Good luck tomorrow. I'll be cheering...
It's finally happened.
We've got to win this.
Victory is in our grasp. We once thought it impossible to save His Highness the...
But without the king's wards, we'll be fighting on even ground. He won't make this easy on us.
The king's magic lived up to the legends. Capable of shaking the world itself. Every man, woman, and child has been at its whims for months.
Not the kind of power any of us want in Luis's hands.
But will this fight truly settle everything? By the spell's own rules, the throne will go to whoever wins the most support. Even after this battle, the crown's fate isn't set. We saw how the people's hearts have been whipped to dangerous passions.
Whatever they make of it, we've come this far. All we can do now is finish our fight and strike to kill. Any less, and Luis will cut us down.
Indeed. Let us now devote ourselves to victory, and then worry of what comes after.
This should be our last battle against Luis. I'm just trying to stay hopeful, knowing how far we've come. Now you've awoken your archetype, forged friendships, and taken so many burdens on your shoulders. You've really risen to this fight.
You're right there.
But it takes me back. If the prince could see you now. I mean, you and he were best friends. Best friends. Wait, what? Oh, sorry. I felt like I'd... Anyway, we'll make sure this is the end for Luis. Gotta report our victory to His Highness. It's like I'm seeing the prince smile again.
Right. Let's get some rest. We'll need it come tomorrow.
It's been a while.
So?
I got ya.
That man...
All right, then.
Now then.
At last.
You know. It's coming up.
All right, then.
Make yourself at...
What now?
Good night.
At long last, my lord, our investigations have borne fruit. We know. Those loyalists who disappeared with the prince led us right to him. We found traces of their coming and go.
Where was he hiding?
Far to the west of the royal capital, deep within a forest said to bewitch those who should wander in. An old village. That said, against all odds, it's...
The lost village of the Elder? Last trampled by Fortin's troops, sent to...
You knew?
I see now. To hide in a place publicly declared as destroyed. The prince was born there, you know. An illegitimate son, after the past king's heart was drawn to a woman of the village in his youthful years.
What? Then the prince really does bear it?
Fortin did not raise the village for any defiance of his scriptures. He thought only to eliminate an inconvenient heir. A threat to his power, the prince's survival, his complete disappearance. This was the missing piece. Zorba, go and snuff the...
Sir, consider them annihilated. I've been hoping for an opportunity to test this newfound power.
Now, the battle at the royal capital looms. If you call yourself the prince, then I will give you...
Time marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
Good morning. Did you sleep well? Ready to face the day?
Yes.
No hesitation at all. You've really...
But you have to come back.
I confess my mind strays back to the royal funeral. Yet we are more than we ever were then. Now we have the power.
Let's get out there, thrash him, and come.
Never thought we'd find ourselves back at the Grand Cathedral for the final showdown.
Let's head there.
Can we talk?
Just sublime.
All right, then. Go. Now, where was I?
Please, do make yourselves comfortable.
What now?
By the sworn oath of knighthood.
The power of healing. The power of healing.
I too have the power to journey. I too have the power to journey.
The perfect power for me. The perfect power for me.
All right, then. All right, then. Let's go.
You bloody fool!
What now?
Ready?
Well, bit of a tricky situation. Can't exactly say I'm the tournament's official crier anymore, things being what they are. I mean, Sanctifex Forden and St. Rella are gone. Bluntly speaking, there is no tournament anymore. As a lone citizen watching over the future of our country, you can look to me for the latest news on this upcoming fight.
Woo! Live free, crier! Fight the power!
Very good. Let's begin, shall we? The Day of Judgment is here. The final fight between Luis, military paragon and one-man army, and the entire continent's eyes are on this battle, folks, and only one of them's walking away. Let's...
Your Highness, you...
Count Luis!
It looks to me like Louis...
Oh, there's no way he'd run away from this.
Whoa, over there! And so the leading...
Luis.
The two titans of this race have finally come face to face. Let's introduce our candidates once again for this final bout. Our first candidate, Count Luis, adopted son of a minor nobleman. He rose to fame on his incredible military merits, quelling domestic conflicts and almost suspected of attacking His Highness. He was denounced and cast down, but his name has since been cleared. And now, then we have the Elden candidate. He who claims to be, though his identity is uncertain, his strength is undeniable. Through his campaign, we've seen his team flourish, counting even the songstress Duke. The time has come to demonstrate his...
I have to commend you. A lesser man would have wrought. This all began with the king's failings. He was an unworthy ruler, and his incompetence bred the chaos. You, who claim to be the prince, what do you believe the people seek in their king?
The power to rule.
Exactly right. Now let me ask you,
Power! My Lord Luis! Kill him now!
Your Highness, show us your...
Young candidate, have you or your...
We have only one... Wake up! Luis's fair world is barbaric. A land where the strong prey on the weak. He promises protection, but he is the very man who would see you... Hear this! Luis ordered my home destroyed by a human. Are we a land of animals? Or are we a nation united in the protection of the weak?
He's the type of man who will kill anyone who gets in his way. If you crown him king, I know the country...
people! I desire but one thing. A world without inequality. And I shall gladly offer... Those who do not, however, will be slain without mercy.
If your equality means you will sacrifice the people who need help most, then...
So, you think you have the strength to protect the weak? Then prove to me... Come then, and act your part in this showdown. I have a new world to build, and you...
The time has come! We're finishing this! Here and now! Light! Persona Master! This might sting! Great job, Juno!
We settle this here.
Something new! Let's all be dispersed! Yuffie hit their
all
weakness.
right.
The last dead! The path won't hold back!
I will annihilate you! Can you endure it? Let's see.
Nice one, Captain!
Behold this power! Going for the weak
Great
spot!
job, Juna!
There is no escape
You're
from
weak to
me.
something new!
Here they come! The pair. You better be ready. Wait a sec. Here you go.
Can you endure it? I strike to kill!
Savior! With healing power!
I'm grateful.
Thanks.
Thanks.
I'll
Defy
show
the rule
you!
of strength, then die by it.
Come on! Follow me!
Watch me!
This might sting! Great job, Juna! Soul Hacker! Yeah, weak to something new! Blow away! Yuffie hit their weakness!
We settle this here.
Light! You hit their weakness! That's your opening, Captain!
Good. Very good. Yours is a worthy power, one untainted by petty tactics or however. Magnificent. You truly have become more, but I would expect no less of a remnant of humankind. You're a survivor of a lost
Humankind?
Because he's elder, you would call him a
You should know the truth by now. After all that time I allowed you to spend on that pagan island. History as told by the Sanctus. No doubt you saw all the evidence of a truer history. One that told of ancient times where the land was...
You mean the legends according to the murals and ruins from the temple?
Yuffie! Don't humor him.
But if that war between gods truly did come to pass...
Gods? How droll. They may have governed all things with works far beyond ours, but they were no gods. They were an ancient tribe unlike any other race now lost. Wielders of true magic. The modern age saw them called Elder, shunned from our cities. But in their time, they were known as
I thought humans were those mad monsters. What are you trying to...
Reese, you dog! Your lies will soil His Highness's...
You believe it false? What would I stand to gain?
Elda are actually humankind? Why wouldn't...
Hear me! His appearance as a boy is mere trickery. In truth, he is humankind. He is kin to the feral monstrosities that roam this land, leaving carnage in their...
He doesn't know when to give up. No one would believe.
No need to distress yourself. I'll show you the... You, boy, who call yourself the prince. You will be the cornerstone upon which my utopia...
Utopia?
What's happening?
What is him?
Witness the truth! Good people, you would know the identity of your would-be prince. Here he is! The truth of the humans is laid bare. They're no beasts, but another form of the Elder Tribe. Cast aside their guise with magic, and they reveal their true colors. He is no royalty, no boy, but a ruthless fiend intent on your throne!
It's not true! It has to be one of the Count's illusions!
What illusion? That's no prince! It's a monster! It'll kill us all! Run!
What has become of him?
It must be Luis's wicked magic. Yet, the aura of Magla, it's exactly like a human's.
He's not!
He's a human.
Hey! Snap out of it! You have to stop this! Ah!
Afraid. Be not afraid, child. 'Tis not thy true self. 'Tis not thy true faith. In this moment, thy mind is disturbed, twisted by the path. The time has come. Thou must face the truth deep.
What's that about?
Remember again thy true self. The purpose.
An ideal what? Even if reality crushes everything I believe in, even if my ideals languish, I know I can trust you to see them through. It's always been that way. Whenever my life's been the hardest, you are always there. After all, you're mine.
Wake up!
Are you well?
Yeah.
You seem coherent, at least. We saw you take on a terrible, monstrous form. We knew not what to...
You had vast reserves of magic poured into you. It was eating away at your body and mind, but I've managed... He may be back with us, but without rest, he will surely succumb to the spell. I don't know if he...
I will not...
It would appear the throne is now mine in every sense. None remain to oppose. Your vengeance is at hand. Will you not finally slay the monster and avenge your people?
Shut up!
Unfortunately, the prince is finished either way. Both this imposter and the true prince are...
The true prince? You bastard! What have you...
Bloody hell! Is that why he called us here? It was all just...
Your part in this has ended. Go where you wish, but I advise you run fast if you would out.
Seize the monster! I don't care if you have to...
Attention now. This looks dire.
How could you deceive? I knew all along that filthy lowborn was hiding something.
We retreat to our gauntlet runner. We must find him safe haven to rest.
It won't be long until the entire kingdom hears of this mess. We've no safe haven left.
Gallica, we've only got one option now. I'm worried about the prince too. I know. We'll head to my home, and the prince's refuge, the Elden Sanctum.
Count Luis has saved the country. He has driven off the human who sought to usurp it.
Count Luis is our true savior.
Sounds like we've got up.
Might as well fall in with him. He'll keep us safe from any humans at the...
They'll be all right.
That boy is no monster, I'm sure.
Luis! What the hell did he do?
Stay safe.
The flow of that evil Magla was surely born from Luis's magic.
I'll remember that sight for the rest of my days. But he hasn't got you beat yet, my friend. You can't tell me the fight...
Why?
It was more of a defeat than it was a departure. They board the Gauntlet Runner and rush from the capital, as though hiding from the shrieking animosity of them. What more can they endure? There is no light.
A hiding place for the Elder Tribe. Wonders never...
We can marvel at it later. The mirror hasn't shown me anything for a while. I can't even see the room now, let alone the print.
No. Just after we'd finally resolved the curse.
Luis's final words trouble me. We must...
At first glance, it is a simple forest, deep as any other. But the observant may sense that every tree in its formation is ancient and grand, bathed in mystic. The name of this place is familiar only to the few who grasp the ancient Elden Sanctum.
Can you walk, lad?
That's a relief. Seems like the rest on the ride here did him some good.
Poor chap's even got me worried. I'll shuffle along.
Hey, I reacted poorly when you were turned into that thing. I apologize. My mind just went blank. For a moment, I doubted you. Forgive me. I should have recognized Luis's drivel for what it was.
It's behind us now.
Nothing will shake me like that again, I swear it. And here's hoping there can be no surprises worse than that.
But what a sea of trees. If we get lost in here, we'll never get...
I can sense a special barrier in place. Meant to deliberately lead people astray, too. A perfect place.
Gallica, how fares His Highness? Does the Farsight Mirror yield any news?
No. I checked a bunch of times in the Gauntlet Runner. I'm not seeing anything. I'm worried.
Hurry and lead the way.
Right. Everyone stay close so we don't get separated.
Are you all right?
The royal flower? A surprise?
Something about this place. Yes. The flow of Magla is strong here. It is much like the altar of the dragon god. The Magla in the air seems to be concentrated here. What is this place?
Gallica, something the matter? Your mind seems elsewhere.
Oh, sorry. I've got this weird feeling that something really important happened here. Anyway, let's keep moving.
So here you are at last.
Why?
How odd. This place is clearly in ruins, but it doesn't look like natural decay.
It was burned to the ground. One day, a bunch of kingdom soldiers showed up out of the blue. Without so much as a reason. They made an inferno of the place.
But why? Why would His Majesty order such an atrocity?
Thinking back now, it may have been Forden who led the charge. I can't be certain. But if it was up to him, he would have done it just to purge the filthy Elda tribe.
Luis claimed that the Elden people were just another form of the
They're not! Anyway, more than half of the villagers died in the fire. And those who survived were forced to hide in caves. That way everyone would think they were wiped out.
'Tis a shrewd ploy indeed, to hide in a place the enemy themselves saw destroyed. Yet, why did Alcest? No matter. His Highness is in it.
Yes. What?
He draws no breath. Likely a step.
I recognize him. He was the associate of the first operative I came in contact with. He was a lot more skilled than those Sanctist warrior monks. But now...
Gallica, the cave is just ahead, yes?
Yes.
Then we move.
I don't like this.
What now?
Russell? You're safe!
Huh? My word. Is that you, Gallica?
You were His Highness's tutor.
Hmm? I know but one red-tressed knight. Are you the royal guard? The Lady Hulkenberg? By the heavens!
She's been helping us. Everyone here is a trusted ally. They've all fought to save the prince.
Alas. Oh, what a tragedy. If this reunion had only been a
Russell, where is His Highness? What happened? Is His Highness safe?
A few days ago, those detestable curses. I cannot tell you how long I had waited to see them gone. It happened before we could fathom it. A lone strange. His Highness had only just regained consciousness since the curse is lifting. Yet, to protect us, he threw himself upon the assassin's blade. We were horror-struck. His Highness lay pierced through the heart, and we saw him breathe his last.
No, that can't be true.
The stranger was a master of magic. None could match him. Of the Resistance's numbers.
Who was responsible?
I don't know who the murderer was, but he cried his patron's name aloud as he did the deed. For Count, from the moment he appeared, I believe his sole purpose was to kill His Highness. As soon as the lifelight left the prince's...
An innocent boy. Twice tormented in the clutches of assassins. All because...
Luis, there really is no...
Please, Russell.
We've laid him in the prayer room for now, at the end of the cave. He rests just this way.
You're coming, aren't you, love?
I still can't believe...
I know.
Ah, I'd heard a rumor that there were... 'Tis just as Cinderella said. You're no scoundrel. Indeed, you risked life and livelihood to see... Strange. There's something in you...
Something wrong?
No, it's... Well, I will go before you to the prayer room. Once you are ready, you...
You're going to stay here?
No. I must bear witness myself. As his knight, I must.
I'm a little worried.
It's nearly time. Long have I waited.
Beg pardon?
You must hurry. The time has come. All was for this day. There is still time.
Hello there.
Hey.
This way.
No.
Your Highness.
Why?
I didn't realize anyone still remained to weep over this child. Gallica, you've returned.
Milady Gruade. It's been a long time.
May I ask who this is?
She is the chiefess of this village. The Hermitess Gruade.
She was kind enough to shelter the entire organization when His Highness fled to these woods.
I can't believe he's gone. I'm just some parapus orphan from the slums. I was never supposed to outlive any prince. Was he killed here?
No. It all happened in the bunk room in the back. We moved him here to the altar once all was quiet. I don't know if you'd believe me, but I received a revelation. Should the prince die, his body should be kept safe and still here until the rightful day comes. Even if the boy is but a bastard sire by that despicable man, he is still Her Majesty's son.
Despicable? What, you mean the king? Wait, who's Her Majesty?
Do you know nothing of the child's mother? The boy was not brought across borders to us. He was born here, in the ancient sanctum. His mother was our past chiefess, the queen of our Elder tribe. She was a flower amidst the forests, a woman of such beauty, grace, and kindness. She saved this child from the flames. And it cost her her life. Her death is on that man's hands. Like a piper, he wandered in and seduced the young queen with his idealistic tales. But he failed to protect his family and died powerless. The village was only set ablaze because the boy was in the way of the Sanctus Church's designs on the throne. And that insipid king could do nothing to stop them. But you see, this boy, His Highness the Prince, looks so much like Her Majesty. And so... You there, boy. Are you perhaps... No, it can't be.
Is something amiss, milady Gruide? He is one of Gallica's allies. His loyalty stands with His Highness, and he has risked much in the prince's name.
Whoa! What's with the formal introduction? You were the one who gave us our orders in the first place.
Hurry.
Hey.
The time has come. Here thou camest to the end of thy journey. This secret place was home to thee. Now, remember thy path thus far. Walk thy life's road and see it anew. I have been waiting for thee to overcome thy trials. Long have I waited for thy return. Know this, his life is not yet ended.
What do you mean?
It all started on that ill-fated day when the usurper thought to extinguish his light. Before he fades away, recount all thou hast seen and felt, all thou hast gained in thy journey's course. Gallica and thee sought to take the head of Luis, but thy efforts came to naught. So, ye moved instead to join a tournament to decide the land's king.
In the prince's name.
Though thy plan was reckless, thou didst win the trust of the people by the support of peers and subjects alike. Thus, thou didst declare thyself the prince.
It was all for...
After overcoming many obstacles, thou didst finally lift the prince's curse. Yet by the cruel machinations of another, the young prince...
He is no longer with us.
Thy sole mission was to save the prince. Bereft of him, thou hast no further reason to live.
That's not true.
If the prince is dead, wert thy efforts all for naught?
He's not.
So thy resolve is yet unbroken. So be it. Thou hast earned the truth. He was consumed by the curse, and was taken by a deep, abiding slumber. Yet his soul remained alive, so from his earthly form, I extracted his soul, that he might travel the land in Odyssey. And thus, his stilled sands began. Thy journey hast taken thee far, and taught thee much. So now I ask thee, who art thou?
I'm just a traveler.
Could a mere traveler have borne witness to so many happenings beyond mortal, to name but a few? Thy parents? Memories of thy youth? Hast thou any recollection of where and how thy youngest years were? Yes. Thy memories begin the moment thou...
I just don't...
Then search. Thou knowest the truth in thy heart, surely. Thou hast nothing. Thou art a being of mine own. 'Twas Gallica alone who the Resistance laid their hopes upon all those days past. Thy life, all thou hadst, all that had been bestowed, was a memory. Thy mission, thy memories of youth in the Prince's company, and the void enshrouding all else in thy past. All signs of thy conjured existence.
I have nothing?
Nay, the words of the Prince in thy memory are unmistakably of his truth. The memories gained on thy journey, the friendships made, the trust forged. These all thy trials, all thy experiences were to prepare thee for this day, to share the strength thou hast gained with thy other self.
My other self?
Accept the truth, and thou wilt face an ordeal beyond any you have yet faced. If thy desire is instead for freedom, thou mayest still abandon thy mission and end it.
Is that right?
So I bid thee answer my final question. Who art thou in truth?
I am... the Prince.
What is this? I feel a curious resonance.
Could this be? But how? Impossible.
Hey!
What awaits us?
Hark, life is not yet lost. Thou wert born apart from the Prince's flesh, born of his desire to change the world. In his stead didst thou travel the world. Thou didst support his heart, and became his living fantasy. That is thy true self. Thou art everything the Prince sought to be, his ideal. It all began with the novel in thy possession. Drawn by the divine relic, Magla coalesced into flesh, and flesh coalesced into form. The form of an elder, as I once was. Time hath come. Awaken, reborn anew. No more the Prince's dream of utopia thou wouldst chase. Nay, but thine own.
What? What is this?